This video is brought to you by Skillshare. In this video, I'm going to share the general process as to how we make videos and what's involved in getting them finished. Audio looks good.
Looking good. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Oh, I should wave too.
1, 2, 3. Hey guys.
Let me make sure this is level so I don't have to fix it in
Today,
post. Sasha and I have been working at Dinosaur Valley RV Park for nearly 4 months now. We are getting ready to leave in about a week. I think it's July 19th, July 20th. Today is Monday the 11th. Lately, we've gotten a lot of questions about how we make videos, how we record them, how we do our audio, and what software we use to edit and publish the videos. So in this video, we're gonna share all of the details that go into making a YouTube video every week. So usually starting these things is not very smooth.
We always have some issues, like either something is banging somewhere, lighting issues, one of our mics is not working, it's not recording. So it typically takes us about maybe 20-ish minutes to make sure that everything the way it's supposed to be and is going smoothly.
It's our initial setup. Over the last few months, we've had to skip a few weeks on YouTube, and we did a live stream because a live stream is much faster to make than actually editing a full video. And we've also done a few videos that aren't our typical style. Kill that fly.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And I know that we've fallen behind on the comments from you guys. We do appreciate all forms of communication.
We do want to respond to all your comments. We've just been really behind on just about everything. So every week, we always have to come up with a new video topic. Usually we try to plan out videos a few weeks in advance, but during the last couple months, we have not been able to do that. Every week has been a scramble to get a video done. I hope you find it interesting and gain a little perspective on what it takes to actually complete a video every week. Sometimes I'll be building something, fixing something, or when we're traveling, we'll record whatever we're doing, mostly the highlights, and then turn that into a vlog. And we have a fly.
Whoa, whoa, it's right there. Kill it, kill it. Yes.
I got it, I got it. I have no background in making videos. My introduction to video making was at my old job. We used to record school board meetings, which lasted like 2 to 4 hours, and used somewhere between 1 or 2 cameras. I would then take all of that footage, clean it all up, put it together, package it, make it look pretty, and upload it to YouTube. I did that twice a month for like 3 or 4 years. That got my feet wet with using video editing software, cameras, audio, and how to upload to YouTube.
About 6 months after we started traveling, we ran into Amber from Story Chasing. She's a full-time YouTuber and she travels in our van. We met her in Bryce Canyon and we hit it off pretty quickly. She really liked our rig and she wanted to do a rig tour and post it on her channel. We will leave a link to that video up here. Yay! I said it.
About a month after we recorded that rig tour with Amber, she let us know that she was going to publish it. And she suggested that if we wanted to get into YouTube, we should probably make a video ahead of time so that when the people who watched her video came over to our channel, there would be something for them to watch. At that point, I had only put up a couple videos about us driving through some various roads. They were not very good. If you guys go all the way back to the end of our video list, you'll see our first few videos, and we had no idea what we were doing. We're a little embarrassed with that video. It was the best that we could do at the time. But
please don't watch it. Don't.
Don't watch it.
When he said go back to that very bottom, like, don't. This is a bad idea. Bad idea. We should delete all those videos and not.
But that's our history. The nice thing is we can go back to that and see how much we've changed, how much we've grown since then.
Scott and I had no idea what to do and where to start. Both of us were super uncomfortable with being on camera. It was definitely a very challenging time for both of us, but it got us through the hardest part, which is getting started.
In the very beginning, the learning curve was really steep. I spent hours and hours combing the internet, watching YouTube videos, trying to learn how to make videos, how to solve all kinds of problems like various audio issues and lighting problems, where do you stand in the video, the rule of thirds, all kinds of stuff, all the way to the point where we realized that we needed more lighting, which is what this guy is. We do live in a camper, so it's not really a studio, so sometimes we hang it from here, or we have some strings like up here that we hang stuff off of. So we've cobbled together our process for making videos, and what you see on YouTube is the result of that. I was pretty skeptical about it. I thought we'd give it like a year, probably have no success with it, and just give up. I do love the editing process and all of the technology involved in creating videos. And I had no idea how time-consuming and complex the whole process would become over time. Every time I make a new video, I'm trying to learn some new skill. I'm trying to learn how to use new features in the editing software as well as the rest of the Adobe suite. The more I can learn, the more I can improve the video making process. And that brings me to the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. I originally joined Skillshare because I was looking for in-depth tutorials on all the different software that I was using. I spent a lot of time learning all of the aspects surrounding our YouTube business. For us, Skillshare has been perfect for finding all of these answers in one place. from videography and sound recording to video editing, business management, and more. Skillshare is a great resource for freelancers and entrepreneurs. Getting into YouTube was like jumping off the deep end of the pool. We had no idea what we were doing, and Skillshare has given us a reliable source for learning and discovering new ideas on how to navigate a rather complex industry. In the past few videos that I've made, I was recording in that big echoey room, and I had some issues with audio, and that brought me over to Skillshare to learn more about how to process audio in both Adobe Audition and Adobe Premiere. After browsing around all the different courses, I found this voiceover cleanup in Adobe Audition and Premiere by David Miller. It gave me all the information I needed to get my audio cleaned up in a really easy to understand way. Every time I learn a new skill, it helps me improve my video making process, it saves me time, and it makes the end result sound better and look better. The first 1,000 people to use the link down below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So if you're looking for an easy way to learn a new skill while you're doing the dishes or cooking dinner, check out Skillshare.
Many of our videos are unscripted because we just record what we're doing. Most of our vlogs are like that because we just record as we go.
Other videos, like technical videos, are a mix of script and bullets and just going with the flow. For videos like that, I tend to have bullet points. Specific things I want to make sure I mention while trying to figure things out. When I built our power system or dealt with a broken bike rack, I recorded what was happening and then tried to give it structure later during the editing process. For a video like this, I do have a script, and I use that to keep on track, and I forget what I was going to say. We always put the bullet points so that we know the general structure of the video, that beginning, middle, and end. But then sometimes you just think of something to say, and it's more natural when you just talk naturally without having to read a script. Right, honey?
Yes, I like my script reading.
All right, back to it. It's 102 out. Campers heat up very quickly, so we're recording for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we turn the AC back on for a couple minutes. So it just makes everything take a long time. Our video creation process usually takes this form. Everything starts with an idea, and then we write all of that down. I usually write it on my computer, and then we can share it through our phone or through Sasha's tablet here. That way we have all of the information that we need no matter where we go to record. We will record our primary footage, known as A-roll. Sasha is behind the camera. We also have to factor in a lot of stuff, like this room, it's nice and air conditioned, but the air conditioner's on, so you can probably hear that white noise in the background. So in the previous videos that I've done in this room, which I've done several, I actually have to turn the air conditioner off, record a little bit, turn the air conditioner back on. While we're recording A-roll, and it's me on camera I'm talking to, I will also record a scene. I'm going to record my A-roll. Hey guys, I have this Jack Daniel's barrel right here. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know what it's for. And then after I'm done with my A-roll, I make sure that I collect B-roll, which is some form of supporting footage. Make sure that everything's cleaned up, and I would just get some nice, clean, steady shots like this. You know, maybe like a zoom out or a zoom in. Change lenses and do something like this to basically tell the story better and sometimes cover up mistakes. So for instance, if I'm talking like this and I have to scratch my nose, I can keep talking, but I don't want you to see this. So I would cover that up with a piece of B-roll so that I can scratch my face but not have to cut this piece out.
Yeah.
We do that a lot, especially when we have to glance over to a script and I don't want you to see my eyes move. I'll put a piece of B-roll over that, and then I can come back and no more B-roll. So that was a classic mistake. Somehow the recording stopped and we lost the last 10 minutes of recording. So,
yay.
So I'm gonna go do it again. And you're gonna go teach?
I have a lesson in 20 minutes at this point. I got to get ready and teach, So
I'm gonna steal your mic and go talk a little more. Thank you for the help, honey.
Yeah.
Speaking of microphones, I just got these DJI mics. They're wireless and they are fantastic. They make our recording setup more compact. It's actually quite windy out right now, but these little fuzzy things help protect the microphone from the wind so you don't get that distortion, that. The other thing I like about these wireless mics means that Sasha and I can both wear one and we're heard fairly equally. It makes it easier to kind of fix the audio later on during production. We have a small camper and we don't have a lot of space. We don't have a studio. We don't have key lights, all of those fancy things. We just have a few basic tools that we use to make our videos. The best camera to have is the one that you have with you. And for us, it's our phones. We always have them and the video quality is good enough that we can make our videos. And in this case, this is an older iPhone 12 that I use with our gimbal, but I also have, this is an iPhone 13, and I have, you can see it's recording, and I have this DJI microphone kit, which is pretty nifty. I already showed you that. These are my favorite things in the world now. We have our iPad with our script, bullet points. Now I'll show you some of the other stuff, so let me transfer back to the main camera. Now this is a gimbal, which I'll show you in a second. We have, these are all of the mounts that I have for our GoPro. We have a GoPro Hero 7 Black. Sorry, this is the 7 Black, and this is the GoPro, I think the 9. Yeah, it's the 9. You know, batteries, all of that stuff. This is my old wireless microphones. It's the Comica Boom XD. They're pretty good, but they don't hold a candle to this new DJI mic. It's fantastic. I'm really impressed with it. Now, I also have these shotgun mics. Hold up. When I was recording this the first time, I couldn't remember the exact names of the microphones, so I kind of guessed at it. But now I really want to put in the exact names of the microphones, so I'm using a voiceover to correct it. However, you can tell the difference in the sound. It's hard to match it perfectly. This is a Rode VideoMic NTG. This is really nice. The audio from it's fantastic. I love it. So these are different, like, windscreens for it. This is an old VideoMic Go, I believe, and this is what we started with. It's just not really good enough. It's tinny, it's not great. Not compared to this. This is really good. It has USB-C. I can plug it directly into a computer using USB-C. So I can actually use these as a voiceover mic, and I will hang it off one of these command hooks like this, so it's facing me, and I'll use that as my voiceover mic. It works pretty well. But also, I have an adapter cable, which is this. One end is USB-C, the other end is Lightning, and that plugs into my phone, so I can plug these directly into an iPhone. So the reason we have two mics is so that I can run two cameras and two microphones at the same time. We use these Joby Gorilla Pods. They're pretty handy. I'm using one right now. The mount heads just click off and on. They're pretty useful. We have our main light, which we use just for fill lighting. This actually I tend to use when I'm working on a project in a tight space. I've talked about it in the past. It's quite bright. You can dim it down. When I want really nice, smooth, buttery footage, I have this thing. And with my second phone here, it's just magnetic. I can clip it on like this. It locks in place, and then I will turn it on. Ding. And then I can turn it horizontally like this. It keeps it nice and steady, so I can do things like this. I can also use the joystick, which is right here, to do like a panning motion, where it's nice and smooth, or a little bit faster like this. Go up and down. There's a whole bunch of features. There's motion tracking, there's all kinds of stuff. I'll set this up, and I'll set this camera up on another tripod, and then I can cut back and forth between the two cameras. Of course, we have our flying camera, which is our DJI Mavic 2 Pro drone, which I love. Great little guy. So all of this stuff is fairly compact. Everything kind of lives in boxes. I store most of it under my seat like this, and some of it goes up into this cabinet right here. You know, we always have to keep an eye on storage space. It's pretty limited. I don't have a lot of storage here. So everything has to stay somewhat small. So now on my main phone, I have these clips, which is what we've been recording this afternoon. I need to get these from my phone over to my computer, and I just use AirDrop. It's a nice little feature that Apple has, and I can just send it over to my computer. Does its prepare thing, and then usually it works. There we go. It's going to send it over here. It's going to take a while because we have about an hour of footage, so I'll be back in a second. So my videos have transferred from this phone over to the computer. I set up my workspace, so I have my MacBook. This is a 16-inch M1 Max, and it's by Apple. It's a great laptop. It's super fast. I used to use another laptop that now Sasha has, but she's teaching her lesson. I get all my stuff transferred to the computer, and I use this as my my little wrist rest. I have a mouse, and I use this as kind of an elbow pad because there's the gap here, this drop. So this kind of helps me support myself. It's as ergonomic as I can get living in a truck camper. I'm showing you the computer and myself. I'm also doing a screen recording. I'm going to take whatever was downloaded. This is all from yesterday, so these are the new ones. This moves over here. I'm going to move that to iPhone. So iPhone's my primary phone. This is iPhone 2, which is the one over here. And then Sasha's iPhone. She records stuff on her phone. I put it in here. That way I know where everything comes from. I have my GoPro, my Mavic 2 Pro, random B-roll, which is usually screen captures, things like that. Then of course music, sound effects, and the final thumbnail. Project files are where all of my Adobe Premiere projects go. So I'm going to open up Adobe Premiere. I'm going to do new project. I can use templates, but I would rather kind of show you guys the whole process. So I just take whatever the video name is and I put it in here as my project name. Project files, we're going to choose, we're going to create. Now the next thing I need to do is create a sequence, and none of this stuff is really that important. This is not a technical deep dive on how to video edit. I just want to show you the process that I go through every week. So same thing, this is the sequence name. It's going to be a 1080p timeline at 30 frames per second. I record everything at 30 frames per second, but I'll probably be changing that in the future. So now I have my timeline, and the first thing I do is I just go in and I take this, I drag it in, that imports it all. You can see down here that it's importing the video and generating peak files. I just do this my own way. I sort by date, and this lets me drag it in the order. I keep the existing settings. Now I have this, but you can see it's all cropped in, and that's because we record at 4K and I edit at 1080p. So I change my scaling to 50%, and now you can see the gist of everything we recorded up until I switched over to that camera over there. I will go through this video and do a rough cut, and I think probably what I'm going to do is start working on that so you have a general idea of what it looks like. But once that rough cut is done, I'll start looking for music that'll fit the story, the location, or the mood that I want to portray. Music and sound design are absolutely crucial to the video. Most of my investment into equipment so far has been into microphones, because that's been the hardest technical challenge for me to solve. Now that I'm happy with my microphones, I'm starting to look at getting a real camera. Right now I'm looking at a Sony a7 IV, which is pretty nice. It's really good for video and it's still somewhat compact. It's a full frame camera with interchangeable lenses, which makes my life much easier when trying to select how I want to shoot something. It also performs really well in low light, which I don't get with cell phones. So that's going to be a big change for me. Based on my research, that setup's going to cost about $4,000. It's like $2,300 for the camera itself, and then probably $1,500 to $1,800 for lenses. It's not really in my budget right now, but if you guys would like to help contribute to us getting some additional equipment to make our video production even better, I'll leave a donation link down in the description. No pressure, but if you want to help us out, we'd really appreciate it. It takes a long time to make money on YouTube. It's really difficult to make enough money at this stage of the game for us to buy all the equipment we need to do it. So it's a very incremental, piecemeal kind of process. So if you guys want to help out, link down below. I would really appreciate it. Thanks. We have received some donations in the past few months, and I'm not going to mention any names, but you guys know who you are. Thank you very much. It means a lot to us. It's kind of like it's getting a tip, basically. We do work really hard on these videos. We spend a lot of time on it. I know a lot of people think that YouTubers are rich, but we're not. You have to get really big on YouTube and you have to get millions of views. Basically, we get about $5 for every 1,000 views that we get on a video. So if we get a video that does fairly well and gets 10,000 views, we're gonna make like $50 or $60 off of that. Every once in a while, we get a big video that does 100 or 200,000 views, so we might make $1,000 off of it. It's still not we're not rolling in dough off of this, but it is getting there. We're hoping eventually it'll become a full-time job. Between now and then though, we have to make money elsewhere. PayPal donations help. Buying stuff like our merch, which we have all new logos. We had to pay someone to create the logos, so now we can recoup some of those costs by selling our shirts. We have to pick up jobs occasionally, like this job, this campground job. So we started recording this Monday, and I kind of had to finish up some things today, and I'm still editing. These are my editing headphones. They are Sony headphones, Bluetooth. These are WH-1000XM4 Sony headphones. They're noise canceling, they work pretty well. And I guess the only other pieces of hardware I didn't mention are I'm using an MX Master 3 mouse, and this is an MX Logi keyboard. They're really nice, I like them, I like the feel, they work well. I also have about 50 terabytes of storage underneath here and a little storage array. As with most professions, you have various tools and resources that help you do your job. People frequently ask what the song is or where we get our music from, and we usually get our music from either Storyblocks or Epidemic Sound. Epidemic gives you access to music and sound effects, and Storyblocks gives you access to music, sound effects, and footage. Other creators will upload their own footage and music to these stock media sites, and I pay an annual subscription and it gives me unlimited access to all of that. I'm going to leave links to Epidemic Sound and Storyblocks down below.
We just passed 24,000 subscribers and we're still shocked. Thank you guys so much for your support. And on that note, if you are not subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button and the bell icon. It's free. It doesn't take much time, but it means the world to us. Thank you.
All right, so it's been a couple days. It's Thursday now, and the Paluxy River Jam is starting today, actually in about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. So I have to finish this video up and get it published. In fact, I probably won't publish it until Friday, because I still have to make the thumbnail and do all of the upload process. That takes about 3 hours. So what I'm gonna do now is just show you guys kind of what the video looks like towards the end of the process. You can see I have my Skillshare thing, and then we do the intro, and I have all of these cuts. Each one of these lines is a cut in the video. Something like this, where in the beginning of the video I had Sasha's, she was saying, kill it, kill it, kill it. I cut the video, and then I changed the zoom level a little bit on each one to add a little drama to it, just for fun. It keeps it visually interesting. I had to keep this video simple because I'm in a big rush this week. But what I did here is we were talking about projects and traveling and things like that. So I pulled these clips from other videos that I had. In this case, I'm going to show you the Anchor 757 video I just did. That one's a little bit more complicated. That has a lot more effects in it and B-roll. So I take video from YouTube videos, from websites or whatever, and each one of these objects above it. So this is my A-roll here with the speaking parts, and then I add visual pieces on top of it. And as I move over it, you can see, I inserted this clip and this clip and this clip and this clip. These are graphics that I can add in. And this is where all of my time goes. This is what takes a 10 or 20 minute video and turns it into 30 or 40 or 50 hours of work, is adding all of this stuff, adding little transitions. And then of course on each one of these objects you have over here, you have your scaling, so you can change the scaling, you can change the positions. And then a big one is the audio mixer here. Up here you have different filters, graphic equalizers to adjust audio. I can set settings for each track. So like on my music tracks, I just assume that the music people know what they're doing, and I don't adjust those at all. And same thing, like, all right, I'll go back to the current YouTube video. I added some music in the beginning. Music really helps kind of move things along, and it keeps it sounding more engaging. Without music, it's kind of flat and dead. I recently picked up the sponsorship with Skillshare, and I kind of put it on hold until I could make this video because I thought it would fit well. Video editing is complicated. There's a lot to learn. I'm still a novice at it. And Skillshare, you can see my little ad right here that I did earlier in the video. Basically, I'm just taking clips of things that I use, and then like I added this little green box over it to highlight what I was trying to say. That's kind of the bulk of the process. You have to do the recordings. We probably recorded for like 4 or 5, 6 hours, kind of figuring out what we wanted to do, writing the script. And then I spent the rest of the day editing. I spent 14 hours on Tuesday editing because it was my day off, so I had to get as much done as I possibly could. Having to capture all these different screen recordings and then edit them down, zoom them all in and out so that they fit is very, very time consuming. So each one of these objects is more time trimming it and kind of making decisions, downloading YouTube videos. For the footage of the camera, I use this guy, I don't know how to say it, Chris Howe. He had some really good B-roll of his camera. So once I'm done with the video, I will render it and upload it to YouTube. And then I head over to Canva to create a thumbnail. This is just one of my last thumbnails. I add a bunch of objects, text, effects, things like that. I always try to choose an image that's going to stand out because, of course, I want someone to click on it. Canva lets you quickly create a thumbnail. It gives you a lot of built-in tools. Once the video is uploaded and I have my thumbnail done, then I start working on the actual video itself. I'll just use the Starlink video as an example. I have the video description, the index of where everything is in the video, all of our links. I'll choose an end screen, and I place where I want our subscribe button and our merch button, and then the suggested videos. Cards are the little video suggestions that you see in the top right-hand corner, just like this right here. Now for monetization, I turn monetization on, And there's different types of ads. There's overlay ads, sponsor cards, skippable video ads. I never use the non-skippable video ads because I hate them, and I'm sure all of you guys hate them too. And then you have mid-roll ads, which you can place in the video where you want that mid-roll ad to play. YouTube will do it automatically, but for like a 10-minute video, it'll add 8 or 9 ads. I try to keep my videos limited to 2 ads for a short video, or for a longer video, I'll do 3 ads. And then of course, I either schedule it for the day that I want it to release, but usually I'm working on the video to the last minute, and I'll set it public as soon as I'm done with all of these little details. We also have our merchandise shelf underneath the video. That's all of our t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. It was mostly Sasha that got this going. We had our other store, Travel Motivated, which we still have, but we moved everything over to this.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. So it's Thursday night, it's 11 o'clock.
I just showered.
And I'm kind of desperate to get this video done. We wanted to do a normal outro, you know, the part where we say bye everyone, but we kind of ran out of time. So here I am sitting at the computer. So that's kind of the general process of making videos. It's not always the same. Lately, I haven't had enough time to really kind of dive into it, and that's exactly why I haven't been making as many videos. Thank you for watching.
Thanks guys, and make sure to subscribe and click that subscribe button. That really helps us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
It's gonna be a great journey. I stuttered. Okay, hopefully it's gonna be a great journey. Journey.
Journey herd?
Journey. Great journey.
Great journey.
A great journey.